Here we go, boys and girls. Park practice 9. And how many points is this one worth? Let's see. We got a 1-pointer and we got a 2-pointer. So we've got a total of 3 points. Make yourself a fraction at the top with a denominator that shows the total points possible, and that's of course 3. And your fraction for your score will be a number out of 3 to show how many you got right. So here we go. Let's look at the first one, which is a 1-pointer. This shape, it says, has a perimeter of 24.5 feet. So before they even tell you anything else, they're telling you what the total perimeter is. And how do you find perimeter when you're looking at a shape? How do you figure perimeter? If you said add up the lengths of the sides, you are absolutely right. So we know that the whole perimeter of this shape is 24.5 feet, but one of the sides is missing its number of feet or its length. So how are you going to figure out the number that's missing here? If you know that the whole thing is 24.5 feet, and you know that each side is 3, 4, 5, 8, and mystery number, how are you going to find that missing number? Well, there are a couple different ways you can do it. You could start out with 24.5 feet, and you could subtract each one of these until you were left with a number that was left, and that would be the number of feet that this side was. But I think that's kind of complicated. The way I think I'd rather do it would be to add up these 4 sides that I know and then subtract that total from 24.5, and that's going to give me my answer. So let's add up the sides that we do know. So 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 plus 8. Who knows it? 12 plus 8 is 20. So we know that these 4 sides total 20 feet in length, and the whole thing is 24.5 feet. So this will be easy. 24.5. Let's get rid of that feet so we're not, and minus, move this guy back over, 20. You can probably do this in your head. 24.5 minus 20, but if you'd rather do it down here, we can. 24.5 minus, whoops, never mind. 24.5 minus 20, and while I'm figuring this, you're probably figuring this out in your mind already. 24.5 minus 20 equals, well, the 1/2 minus 0 is 1/2. Let's go back to our ones. 4 minus 0 is 4. And 2 minus 2 is 0. So my answer, 4.5 feet. 4.5 feet. And if you wrote 4.5 feet, give yourself a point. Going down to the 2-pointer. It says determine the area for each rectangle below. So up here we were looking at perimeter, and of course to find the perimeter we have to add the lengths of each side. We have to add all the way around to find perimeter. But to find the area we do something different. And what do we do to find the area of a shape? For example, this shape, if we want to find the area. I've seen some kids, to find the area, they just count the number of cubes that fit inside, or the number of squares, and then they say, oh, the area is that many square centimeters, and that's one way you can do it. But what if you have one like this that doesn't have squares? How else can I find area? And if you said I can multiply my length times my width, or my 10 times my 6, you're absolutely right. So here's an easy one. What is 10 times 6? If you know the 10 trick, this is real easy. 10 times 6 is 60, and of course that's square centimeters because it's area. I always say area, squarea is my way of remembering to use square for my label. And how about the area of this rectangle? The width is 2 inches, the length is 6 inches. 2 times 6 is, boom, 12. 12 square inches. Go ahead and score these 2 points up. Count your total score. Put your answer at the top. Now, today, bonus. If you got 3 out of 3, 100%, you qualify for a treat. So go see Mrs. Hogue with your paper in the morning or Mrs. Green with your paper in the afternoon, and we will trade you your 100% 3 out of 3 for a treat. Good job. Keep it up.